If Boruto is the child of prophecy chosen by the Otsutsuki God, the clone of Jiraiya, Kashin Koji might be the one training him, thus the Toad Sage trained his father Naruto, the previous child of prophecy. If things would go that way, the rest of Team 7 would also be in need of a sanin level mentor, and chances are Orochimaru will fulfill this role. In chapter 69, Mitsuki and Sarada make up their minds to get stronger in order to tackle Otsutsuki level dangers. So get ready to witness some mind-blowing theories, subscribe to support the channel, and let's begin. The characters who will have a vital role in the time skip are gonna be Boruto, Kawaki, Sarada, Mitsuki, along with the cyborg siblings Aida and Demon. The Uchiha-blooded girl and the offspring of Orochimaru are not discussed much in the community, most likely because they didn't go through any development in the manga, but things are bound to change since both of them have acknowledged how weak they are after the Boruto incident, and now they could be training really hard to come on par with Boruto and Kawaki. Mitsuki, who is determined to kill anyone who harms Boruto, won't be able to fulfill this stand at his current power level. Same goes with Sarada, who wants to become a Hokage, but she will need to outpower all the previous Hokages to achieve this stature. The possibility of new Otsutsukis landing on Earth that have been foreshadowed before, and this scene from opening 10 that hinted a connection between those alien beings and Sarada has really hyped things up for the future of the series. Mitsuki and Sarada are definitely gonna have a major role in the next Otsutsuki invasion. The resemblance of Mitsuki's sage mode to Toneri also hints towards their fallout with the new villains. Since Mitsuki is the child of Orochimaru, there's a really good chance that he has been modified with Otsutsuki genes by his father, which could tie him up with Boruto and Kawaki in terms of raw power. What I think is that Orochimaru will update Mitsuki with a greater power-up once the right time comes. Those power-ups would help Mitsuki to take on dangers like Aida and Demon, who have been shown to have the most broken abilities in the entire series. The otherworldly powers of Aida and Demon that could also have something to do with the Otsutsukis are in no way easily counterable, but there is a huge chance for Mitsuki and Sarada to go against the cyborg duo after some formal training and power-ups by Orochimaru. Now, as we know, Orochimaru has been doing scientific experiments even before the events of the original Naruto, which would make him outpower the old scientist Amado in terms of knowledge and experience. I initially thought the idea of the new Team 7 training under the Sanins like the original Team 7 would be great, but since there's nothing much Sarada could learn from Tsunade, it would be better for her to team up with Mitsuki under the Snake Mentor. Now, before we went on to when and how Orochimaru is likely to lead the duo, let's talk about Sarada's Mangenkyo and how its awakening could be just around the corner. Well, the best way for writers, in my opinion, to awaken Sarada's Mangenkyo would have been to make her witness Kawaki killing Boruto. Now, since things didn't go that way, there needs to be some emotionally strong incident capable of hitting Sarada so hard, which could evolve her dojutsu into its next stage. By looking at the village situation from the future and the artwork of Kishimoto that I have referenced many times before, Sarada definitely has awakened the next level of Uchiha power by the time skip. The unfortunate scene that she's going to witness could also include Boruto, and a plot twist that will take the story into a totally new direction. Sarada is a 50% Uchiha, and it's very likely being a heir of such an absolute bloodline whose ancestors have been taking reckless steps due to forbidden circumstances will make her walk down the same path. Let me explain what I mean. In chapter 69, we saw a glimpse of Boruto forthcoming, but what if this romantic chemistry we all are waiting for turns into the greatest fallout of the series? Sasuke, who has taken the oath of killing Boruto if things go chaotic, would likely end up in a situation where he would have to take that step. Amado, whose brain power made him create a number of broken cyborgs, has predicted the return of Momoshiki even though Boruto's body has been purely Otsutsukified. Now, if the prediction of Amado turns out to be true, then Sasuke's life is definitely in danger. The damaged headband and scar on Boruto's eye could be Sasuke's last attempt in trying to stop Borushiki from rampaging, but the monstrous personality of the host Otsutsuki would make the Uchiha-blooded warrior lose his life. When Sarada would come to know about the death of her father, she would instantly awaken the Mangenkyo, but the major plot twist would be her love turned hatred that she's gonna dwell forever for her teammate Boruto. Yes, you heard it right. The aftermath of Sasuke's death could lead to a Sarada versus Boruto type of scenario. Not only that, the burden of doing such a monstrous act would force Boruto to leave the village either on Naruto's request or without letting anyone know. This explains the outfit of the Hokage's son from the future. Now let's spice up this theory even more. According to Shikamaru, Naruto and Sasuke are no match for Aida because of her lustful ability. But at the same time, Boruto, who's now an Otsutsuki, could easily bypass the captivation of the Moon Knight girl. So what if Aida makes Sasuke a captive of her love and forces him to kill Boruto, which will leave Boruto with no choice but to kill Sasuke. Now I don't think Boruto would kill Sasuke right away. I think after sustaining some of Sasuke's attacks, Momoshiki would take him over, and to save the life of both himself and his vessel, he will kill Sasuke. When this news would reach Sarada, it will lead to her Mangekyou awakening, along with forming a fearsome hatred in her heart for Boruto as well as Aida. The Kishimoto artwork has already hinted Sarada's Mangekyou being a sun-shaped dojutsu, and since Aida's Senringan is crescent-shaped, it could act as a subtle hint for their rivalry. Not only that, Boruto's Jogan is also shaped like a full moon, which makes this theory even more sensible. Following the desertion of Boruto from Konoha, Sarada would train her Mangekyou and lightning abilities under Kakashi. Upon getting to know about his former student's death, Orochimaru would offer Sarada to become his student. Since he has been researching the Sharingan from decades, Orochimaru must have found some way to help Sarada gain the powers of the EMS without the transplant process. Or maybe he could have collected Sasuke's Sharingan somehow during his funeral in order to give it to his daughter. This would give a huge buff to Sarada, and I really believe Orochimaru would bestow some upgraded version of the curse seal on her that will totally be used as a weapon, similar to the new Karma seal that was given to Kawaki by Amado. In one way or other, it should make Sarada an Otsutsuki level fighter in order to keep her relevant to the plot. Mitsuki, on the other hand, will also get some Otsutsuki level upgrades, and I guess his super speed that has been shown to us before will help him in defeating the broken cyborg Demon. I don't think Demon's reflectability can counter melee attacks, so Mitsuki attacking him with the speed of light could end up in his victory. If Sarada's gonna be up against Aida, then I think Orochimaru must have implanted Otsutsuki genes into her body in order to save her from the cyborg's captivation. The plot armor will definitely make Sarada and Mitsuki defeat the cyborg duo, but the real mess will begin eventually after that. As my theory goes, Sarada bears hatred for Boruto and wants to avenge her father's death, while Mitsuki is likely to kill anyone who would prove menacing to Boruto. This will lead to the biggest fallout of the series, when the members of Team 7 would be after each other's lives. Since it's Sarada who would be after Boruto's life, a talk no jutsu type thing could easily revert her on the right track, but I believe her Uchiha blood will make her commit similar sins her ancestors have been committing. The reason for Sarada to go against Boruto would not only be her father's death, but also the outrageous being inside the blue-eyed boy's body, who poses a great danger to the shinobi world. A Mitsuki vs Sarada fight would be really interesting, but you shouldn't forget the outcome of the Borukawa fight is still hard to guess, and maybe the only way that could bring the entire Team 7 together would be the entry of some dangerous Otsutsukis. To defeat this new gang of villains, all of the main characters would need to team up, which could help them to see the right and wrongs of one another, like the bright side of ending the shinobi era for Kawaki and Boruto not being guilty for the death of Sasuke. The end of Boruto is still very unpredictable, and I think either Mitsuki or Kawaki might end up dying as a sacrifice or for atonement. Mitsuki could lose his life while trying to save Boruto from something, and Kawaki could choose to give up on his life for the shinobi world after reverting on the right path. If any of the things mentioned in today's video come true, that will create a lot of hype for the Boruto series, and Kishimoto's dream of making Boruto an even greater series than Naruto could come true. Here are some more time skip theories, so don't forget to check them out and subscribe for more content.